Let's get out here in the shade, and I've got a big bag, over 2 pounds of carrots, 4 or 5 apples in there, and oh, I forgot to bring grapes. I had some grapes laid out, and I forgot to bring those. But we got babies here, and so I'm gonna get this strapped on. We wanna do some feeding here. We got my baby doll up here. Look at that baby. She is just so precious. That's a wild child. She's not wild at all. Look at her. How she loved to be loved on. Split ear, little whitey. Everybody up here. Everybody up here. Yeah. Yeah, everybody up here. Yeah, look at these guys. And we want to also take a really good look at the baby white buck, the albino buck that was born. That's the only deer that's been born in this pen right here now. The only mature buck in here for breeding was Prince Charming. And then we know that he did some, but we don't really know if it took or not. I'm just not a biologist, so I really can't answer questions like that. I'm just not sure. I'm getting a lot of apples out of there, aren't I? Somebody spit their carrot out. I bet I know who that was. I bet I know who that was. I bet that was. Wow, I bet that was little Whitey spit his carrot out. You know why I know that? Because you're not real fond of carrots, are you? You're not nearly as fond of carrots as you are apples. Now, those carrots are big carrots. They're big carrots that Sherry ordered or somebody bought. I don't know what. Jordyn or somebody might have bought some of that. And actually, little Whitey is just not fond of carrots, especially when he thinks there's some apples in that bag too. Here comes that pretty doe out there, coming over here. A doe that belongs to, I'll save the apples for you, buddy. I got several in here. Yeah, I got several in here. I pull out an apple, it's for you. I pull out everything else, it's for everybody else. Take a look at that white doe over there. Let me just see if I can pan over there on her real quickly, because she doesn't get up close like that very often, but she's getting better. You can see and look at her belly that she's obviously had her baby, and her baby we're gonna go take a look at. He's laying over there in the sunshine. We kind of worry about him laying in the sunshine like that, but actually it's they probably, there you go, baby. Oh, actually they probably, hey, wild child is wanting to rub on the tripod, knock the tripod down. That's right, knock the tripod down. Hey, no, baby. Hey, wild child, no. She says, I don't know much what no means. Actually, wild child, hey, quit knocking on that camera. She's wanting to, you want a carrot, don't you? I mean, apple. You don't want an apple either? Well, looky there. They don't like those big carrots nearly as well. Now you see we got lots of deer out here now. Everybody's eating off the ground. Little Whitey, you're always going to get the apple. Now I suppose you're spoiled of apples. You're full, aren't you? That's what you are. Ha! Stay away from the camera. Well, I'm going to keep feeding apples to little Whitey. It looks like, you blew it there, split it. That was the apples must taste a lot better than carrots. Of course, I got to admit, that's true no matter what. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We've got quite a bit of this right here. I am going to make sure that my Whitey guy gets more. The bad camera work is caused by Wild Child. She is working on the camera. Little Whitey, you can have all the apples you can say grace over, buddy. There you are, guys. I can't believe that Prince Charming isn't coming over here. He's laying back over in the shade, just enjoying himself. I'm throwing a lot out here on the ground for the other guys. Just trying to make sure that little Whitey gets all the apples he wants. You think you're special, don't you? Well, girl, you keep acting like you want something, and yet you won't even take that. And little Whitey says, I'll keep eating. She's full. Of course, keep in mind that they've got all the demand feed. They've got all the demand feed in here that they want, and so they're just not really real aggressive on a lot of anything else to eat. That's it. There goes the camera again, messing around. All right, that'll kind of end that right there. That was kind of fun. Wild Child's rubbing her head up on the cameras. What the tripod's what's messing around there, little Whitey. He's just being you little girl are being a little pest. Yeah, these guys are so precious, both of them. Yeah, look at her. Not many deer will let you take and let them rub on their head like that. These two right here will. You two need to be out running around. I got to put another collar on you. Hey, let's end this thing by going to look at that little baby albino. Babies are beautiful. There is the little albino buck who does not have a name yet. Really don't like to name them when they're little bitty and just in case they don't make it. But he is gorgeous laying there. You can see he's got the brown fawn coloring in him so he can be a little camouflage. He's laying out in the sun. I'm gonna walk over there in just a minute and get him up and let him run around a little bit. Got Wild Child over here eating on my shirt, messing around, wanting some loving. Just wanting attention is what she wants. She's such a special deer. Petting her, and she's running around. I got Prince Charming now has finally got up and come over to me, and I've already used up all the food. And Prince Charming's right here behind me wanting some food. He's laid over there, the lazy hound dog, and missed all of that goodies. And I had about 3 pounds of stuff, or a little bit more than 3 pounds in there. But he's over here behind me. You can see. That's a real close-up of him. There he is right here, trying to get in my pocket. All right, let's take a little closer look and see how tiny that little guy is. I'm gonna zoom way in there, but he is so tiny. Wild Child is pulling on my shorts, eating on my shirt. Wouldn't mind getting him up and letting him run a little bit. I don't know if he'll get up and run a little bit or not. The other day when somebody started messing with him, he got up and ran. He's awful young, awful fragile. And I don't know if I can pick him up or not. I guess I could try. Let me see what we can get done here. Wild Child, get out. Wild Child is underneath the tripod. And I'm gonna try to pick that little guy up, and she's gonna knock the tripod over. Well, she may get him up, I don't know. She's gonna go over there and love on him just a little bit. See if she licks him or anything. She's just smelling around on him right now. Oh, there he's gonna get up. There he's gonna get up. I probably won't be able to pick him up. Hey, little guy, he's awake now. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted to have happen. We wanted him to get up and move around some, which he is doing. And I'm just, Wild Child was messing around with him a little bit, and his mama come over here and didn't like that. Mama's gonna clean his bottom there. And this is pretty special right there. You're seeing an albino. an albino baby buck feeding on his mama. That's very, very special to see, very unusual to see. See if we can get around here and, without scaring either one of them, give you a little bit better look at that. But there he is. She's licking his bottom. You see how he holds his tail up there for her? Get his bottom real clean. She's got to make them poop. And that's what we do when we raise them, is we use a wash rag. We don't use our tongue. We use a wet rag, a wet wash rag, and we wipe their bottom with it and make them poop. You got to do that the first few days of their life in order to get him going. Now that deer is a few days old, about a week old, not quite, but close to a week old. And you see what she's doing there? She's licking his bottom to make sure that he poops. They got to have it going in one end and coming out the other is exactly what they got to have happen. And that's exactly what he's wanting to eat. He's back under there at a different angle now, getting some of that good mama's milk. And that's a pretty unusual sight right here. The reason my camera's not very steady is Wild Child is using my tripod to rub her head on. I'm trying to hold it, but all the while she's rubbing her head on it. She just loves attention. She craves attention. I can't wait to get her out. I just want to make sure she's big enough to escape things. And we've got a couple of doctor's appointments this week, but later in the week I'm going to let her and little Whitey out and hopefully let them run around all day and maybe get them back in at night. I don't know. We might try that and see how that works. You know, Lucy, when she was growing up, we would put her in at night and then let her out during the daytime, and that worked pretty well. She always had a door open where she could get out. But, now this one's chewing on my shoelaces. Hey, quit. Quit. You can't chew my shoelaces. They love to chew on things. They're like puppies. Wild Child, quit. Quit. Quit, quit, quit. I'm trying to take a picture of a baby albino eating. He said, what's so special about that, boss? I'm your girl. I'm your girl. I'm the special girl. Yeah, I'm a special girl. She is just up here loving me to death. I mean, loving me to death. All right, that's a pretty cool deal right there. Look at here. Look here at this. She's just biting things, chewing things. She just, hey, hey, hey. Hey, she's got my shoes untied. Hey, she's trying to get a hold of the camera. Wild Child, you're going to be like Lucy. You're going to be a little pest, aren't you, huh? Huh? Oh, my goodness. My goodness. No. Mama taking care of baby down there. Mama taking care of baby. That's another little doe laying down there. Once I got the baby up and got it moving around, she started taking care of it and licking on it, making sure it's going to the bathroom, fed it something to eat, and just being a great mama. Absolutely being a great mama. She's a pretty girl. No doubt about that. What a beautiful sight that is right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at her licking on that baby. Keeping him clean. She'll keep the ticks off of him for sure. Because the ticks could, if they get on there really bad, now he's going to go back and get him some more to eat. He's going to grow up and be a nice, big, beautiful buck, we hope. He's still about a week old, so he's still got a long way to go. But that is absolutely precious to watch right there. Mamas are mamas, no matter human or animal. And babies are babies, and they love them. Look at her taking care of that guy. Look at that. And there's the other little young doe that we have. Baby's gonna go over there. Prince Charming. Baby's gonna go off over and lay down. The mama's quit fooling with him. I guess we better end this thing before it gets dark. It's getting really close to dark. You can see behind me we have rain in the area. You might hear a roll of thunder every now and then in the background. It has not rained today like it did yesterday. Nice rain yesterday, 1.4 inches, and did I ever get excited about that? We're trying to hay right now, so it is slowing down the haying, but believe you me, I'm not complaining about the rain, no matter how long it takes to get the haying done, but we are getting some haying done. And there's no rain today, rain nearby. In fact, probably up in town it might be raining. It did rain. Chris and I went to Ada today, and so we saw a lot of water standing around Sulphur and that area up there, so they must have got a good rain north of us. And we got north and south of us, there's rain kind of all around. But that'll end this week's ranch video. We got babies, which is very exciting. We only have 4, which is disappointing because we don't really know how many bred does we have. We have several bred does, enough to get, probably over 20 babies, but I don't know that's going to happen because I just don't know if that breeding took. We don't know if the breeding took from Prince Charming. We know he did it. We saw him. I saw him. And we don't know how many of the does in the big pens were bred. We had Whitey in there. We don't know if he did anything or not. And then we tricked Forrest into getting in there, and Forrest, he messed around with them a lot. And something happened up there because we have two little girls, one little boy up there, and plus the albino buck. So we've got 4 babies right now. Y'all got to look at all of them this week. We'll get a look at them next week as well. Hopefully, if they all live. One of the little girls got out of the pen. We had a mystery going there for a while. She simply got out. We was afraid of an eagle or something and got in there and carried her out. They're so tiny. They're just so small when they're born, and they're so helpless. I mean, they're absolutely 100% helpless. So anyway, we had a good week. The baby geese that were just little tiny geese when I first saw them in the yard were just about as big as their parents. All 4 of them still alive, so that's fantastic. So things are happening. God is recreating creation here on Twin Eagle Ranch, and we love it, and we love it. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there. Remember, you make the day, you make the week, you make your life. Don't let other people dictate and other circumstances dictate how you feel. Fill your heart with joy. Fill your soul with joy. And regardless of what happens in a day's time, you just keep smiling, and you know that God's got it. God's got you in the palm of his hand, and you're the most important person in the world to him. And remember, I sure do love you.